Hey, welcome back to the Cosasverdes show, everybody. Yesterday, I let you know why I thought the most likely price path for Bitcoin this entire week through Friday or Sunday around that time is in this yellow triangle, literally not doing anything at all. I gave my second and third most likely options as well, one involving coming down to this level and one involving a lower high around 28,250 as marked. You can see that we're in a 6-month channel. Today, what we're going to do is, Bitcoin is still in that triangle. I'll zoom in for a second, but I'm mostly going to show you which chart is telling us why and when will we know that Bitcoin will break out of there, because there is something that's pulling this on a leash and it is also going sideways and it's not quite ready to bust out. So are you ready to go get some Bitcoin? You better be. Let's go get it. So to analyze Bitcoin, we are going to not look at Bitcoin because Bitcoin is doing nothing, right? The thing that leads it, I will go ahead and zoom out a little bit. We're going to look at this in multiple ways. I'll make this a lot clearer here in a minute. This is the US 500. You can literally just type in US 500 and hit enter, but I like to specifically pick the Pepperstone one. All right, if you want to use the same one I am, this is Pepperstone. Don't worry about all these lines. I'm going to take them off and I will do them one at a time. So I'm going to take one layer off, origin lines off. Now we're going to focus only on the shape right here. This is the US 500 is the futures of the S&P 500 futures essentially, right? And this Pepperstone is one exchange for the composite of it. Sorry, I forgot the word composite. Composite futures of S&P 500. All right, now, what are we looking at? A triangle, right? But here is where it becomes interesting. 15 days of nothingness. So go back to Bitcoin. How many days of nothingness have we had? I would say it started doing something there. So let's go here. 8 days. A week before, it went down how much percentage? You had a playable move of 12%, okay? And what happened about at that time? At the same exact time. Right here. And Bitcoin usually moves 3 to 4 times faster than the stock market, right? And I said 12%, same move, look. What's 3.3 times 4? About 12 something, right? It's 13.2, but I mean, let's do an exact measurement. I mean, am I proving like, okay, 13.4. I say it on my channel a lot. When Bitcoin is really acting like a dog, sometimes it only moves 2.5 times the percentage as this. But I'm telling you, this chart leads Bitcoin as of now, and it's been like that since about 2019. What are we staring at now? When will this bust out? Well, take a look at these lines here. A wick below here and a wick above here doesn't mean anything because it's already been done. It's already been done. It's already been done. It's already been done. A wick below. It's already been done. It's already been done. It's already been done and done and done again. It's all been done before and it's been happening again and again, right? So it's fake out after fake out after fake out, but we look like we're getting to the pinnacle of this triangle. Typically is not the word. It's extraordinarily unlikely that price simply poops out. So imagine this is like, whatever. Might not want to picture it, but it just, that doesn't happen. You usually get explosive movements out of here. Like if you ate Mexican food and drank the water in Mexico, okay? That's probably what's going to happen. We might be getting close. Sorry for the poop jokes, but it is what it is. Okay, so now what does that say right over here? 1 day. We're getting pretty dang close. There is one problem with the doing this though. a lot of times when you draw these shapes to, get your guesses on volatility and all that kind of stuff, if the big money does not agree with that, you just have to redraw your lines. Like, for example, it'll go over here like this, and it'll make sense another way, and it'll extend itself because it'll go like this, and then you'll have more time. For example, you'll have to go boom, bring it out like that. So these can extend. They're not fixed, I'm telling you. Like that. And you can just say, oh, it was a wick below. Yeah, that little wick below extended this by a week, right? So don't be fooled by the idea of, oh, it's just one day. Trust me, I have had that confidence so many times. And these little shapes, I mean, it can be massaged. For example, if you want to see a proof of massage, look at this. Watch, I'll show you right now. Check it out. Look at this. What does this say? If I could actually get TradingView to work, and when I click it, I don't know why I have to click some things twice. Holy cow, I know I just clicked it. All right, monthly open. How much time did it spend up there? Okay, a few days. But relative to the rest of this move, that's just a quick moment in time. So if we go back here and replay this bad boy, watch. Knowing that the month opens right here. And then it goes up there and drops immediately after the month opens. So what do you think that means? It looks like it was planned. That move up would only happen because of the month's end, nothing else. That's the only thing that made it go up that high. It was timed. I know this sounds crazy, but it's what's happening. I'm telling you. So what does that mean? We might need to zoom out. But that's Bitcoin. Let's go to the monthly. We need more clues because that damn triangle isn't going to do anything for us. We're trying to figure out, when is Bitcoin going to, do something different? Like, am I going to be wrong about is my main guess going to be wrong? I would prefer my main guess to be wrong. I don't like sideways. You can't trade it. You literally can't trade it. You will just destroy your account. And for anybody who is planning on trading a lot, before watching my video yesterday, and you decided not to trade because, you quote unquote trust me about, or you have confidence in my analysis that it was sideways, and you decided not to trade and you saved a lot of money, you're welcome. All right. No, but I'm serious. You are welcome. Like that, it's hard to understand not to trade when it's sideways, and sometimes I battle with that. But I've come up with a really interesting strategy to avoid trading when it's sideways. So look at the month consolidation. This doesn't look actually very bearish. This looks like a straight up breakout to me. But remember what I said. The planned event. It came up only to close that up high and to open that up. It was mostly to close this up high to look like it was going to break out. I think that move. So here, are you seeing what I'm seeing? Look, let me get rid of the. Let me get rid of this. This looks like a breakout. Lots of consolidation. You have a very straight line here. Then this closed above. But it raced up to do that at the very end, then went straight down. It waited till the end of the month to do this, to close there. This looks like a fake out. However, if this month, though, flips green, it's probably going to go up pretty high. I mean, you could get something close to a double top in the stock market just because of this month flipping green. Because that would say, oops, this wasn't a fake out. This was just in a backfill, which is totally possible. And the whole play might be, yes, let's confirm a breakout. Let's, wait for Jerome Powell to speak and all this economic data, drive price of blue chip stocks down to bring on, to activate some of our long orders on futures. And then at the end of the month, guess what? Do the same damn thing. Because look, go back in here. Go to the 5-minute chart. Look, this is Friday, April 20. This is Friday, April 28th, right here. Oops, I can just go like this. There we go. Okay. In order to break out that month, it needed to go up higher. Well, we only had a couple days to do it, right? So here's where the month ended right there. The month ended right there. It only had that amount of time. So what did it do? It went straight up and closed the month there barely, right above the breakout line. Here, let's mark that breakout line. There you go. It had to get above there. And so once it closed the month, what did it do? One more little jump up to do what? For those big players on big stocks to take on their shorts. Bought on spot in order to drive it up into their shorts. Perfect failure, rejection pattern, send it down. I think it was a fake out. However, if this month flips green, I'll know that that's wrong. So I don't care if I'm right or wrong because look, the difference I will know within 1%. And then I can be right, like very quickly. So my guessing, like, are we seeing what I'm saying here? So the probability threshold point is so close that it doesn't matter if I'm wrong. I don't care what direction it goes. I'm just making a simple guess and I know when to guess the other thing with an extreme amount of confidence. Way more confidence with my downside guess right now. Way more. Especially if I can get the 5-minute chart to bounce on it and make a higher low and a higher high and then one more higher low. Man, I'm going long on Bitcoin. Even though I wouldn't necessarily want to, with the daily doing what it's doing from yesterday's video, you'd have to watch that. I went into full on detail, has tags and everything. So it doesn't matter if my guess is wrong. I will know in less than 1%. So don't be proud of your guesses. Just don't guess, just wait. Don't guess, just wait, right? And I think this is the absolute best tool to be looking at, to look at Bitcoin price, to know when is it going to do something? When should I come back to the charts? Because until it does something, this chart does something different, Bitcoin is not going to do anything, folks. It's not going to do a dang thing. Let me put on the origin lines to show you what's going on here. This was the top of the stock market. Gotten above the slope line, a macro slope line. This could have been a bottom. Could have been. However, let's take a look at this line right here. See this dotted line? That's our current resistance. Let me make it a slightly different color if it lets me. It might have it locked. Okay, now it's white. Look. When price is below that, what does that mean? Really bearish. When price is below that, what does it mean? Really bearish, right? The other two times that you've seen, and this is right here, this is 2018. This is coronavirus, February, March 2020. V-shapes, up and out, V-shape, up and out. What's happening now? Where's our V-shape? Very bearish. However, this month, a monthly breakout could catapult it above here, right? And even if it were to do some type of double top, which honestly is possible, if this month flips green, this could be in the cards. However, it's still going to get rejected by this, and then it might come down, and then you might have a recession in 2024. It's just how far can the U.S. government print money and kick? How long can they print money, even sending it to other countries, which is what's happening now, so they can buy our bonds, and then that country can print more of their own money because they bought our bonds. That's what's happening, people. So this could all happen, And then the recession's delayed, and then it goes down because going to this line here. So now let me make this one white. Historically, it's still like, look, this is the support line. This means you're A-OK, bouncing A-OK. Uh-oh. Okay, bouncing A-OK, bouncing A-OK. Oh, not okay, not okay. So this is like the major I'm okay line. And price, a double top of the stock market, which could mean Bitcoin 40K. Like it could easily happen. But it's got to decide now. Like now is the deciding factor. Are we seeing what I'm saying? Like instead of horizontals, we're using a channel. So this line used as resistance, even though people are going to say, oh, the stock market's back. No, this line is going to be used as resistance, which usually was support. And it's going to look like it's bullish, but because people don't know about these lines, I'm the only one. Like I made these. These are mine. I named them. I stole the name from somebody. His name is Tone Vase. He said the word just nonchalantly in 2018. He pulled it out of his ass, and I remembered it because my memory is freaky, and I call them now origin lines. I just stole the term from him. And the idea, actually. It was his idea at the beginning. But he only had one line. And I made them a channel. So there's the origin of origin lines. He's a sequential trader. Go check him out and see what that is about. It's interesting. I'm not a fan of that style of trading. Anyway. So even a big ass rally up to the top, okay? Bitcoin, if this rallies up to the top, remember, like I said, I said it goes 3 to 4x or 3 to 4 times the percentage. I mean, it could be a big monster rally, all-time highs for Bitcoin. But here's the chart that will tell you. This chart right here has to stay up if Bitcoin will outperform it to that degree. If not, it'll only go up 2x. Watch. Here's the magic chart. And I've asked for free YouTube to please copy this chart, please. If this chart does not maintain a very aggressively up posturing, then Bitcoin will only do about a 36% move up, which we can measure that, but there you go. So this, I mean, it's possible. It's kind of in question right now. It doesn't look that bullish, but it's definitely not in super bearish. It looks like it might be recovering, but it could be just a lower high. This is Bitcoin versus that same chart, S&P 500, US Pepperstone squared, so that the differences are exaggerated and you could see price movement better and make better analysis. And it's coming to a pinnacle of its own little triangle. It's got to make its choice when? Soon. Everything has to make its choice soon. Like there's something about to happen. How much time does this say that we have? That could be another month, but the other charts don't leave a month. However, unless that first triangle gets bigger, right? All right. Yeah, Bitcoin's doing nothing, folks. It's not going to do anything. Watch my video from yesterday. Like I showed you all 3 price paths that are most probable to me, and usually I get them right not over a year. If I guess within a week, like one of them's almost always very close. Almost every time. And they're all right here. They're all within a small area like this. Well, actually, that's a 12% range. So I guess that is kind of a, but it's a little bit bigger than I thought. However, one is about this, potentially up to 6% move. And the other one goes like this, about 6% both ways. So it's not one move, 12%. I was very specific with my guesses. You can go ahead and check that out. And I have it all time-stamped if you want to see that. Price path number 1 when I draw it, price path number 2, go ahead and go to that video and come back to this one if you feel so this makes more sense. Now let's do one last thing for the US 500 chart. Tiebreaker. Let's take a look at this real quick though. This is my community calendar. YouTube live shows are for the private YouTube tiers, both the loyalty tier and the technical analysis tier. Thursday, Friday, this week could get hot, but I'm thinking Wednesday. So see right over here, this red box, I think that's when we're going to get the move out. And the Thursday, Friday this week could be the fake out, potentially, the wrong way. It looks like it's going one direction, but then on Wednesday, through Friday of next week, stock market and Bitcoin go the other way. That would be my main guess. But that is just a guess, and it's only an educated guess. Because that is my prediction of volatility based on economic events, which is almost always what creates the volatility to begin with. Sometimes Russia or unplanned events make it, but usually it's a planned thing. It's usually a planned idea. All right, and let's go to the third way to look at this. So remember the origin lines. Even if, right, we are below that line, that means bearish. And all the other times it was V-shape, right? Okay, so now look what's happening. I don't know if this channel really works, but this initial slope, it looks like it's getting less and less and less momentum. However, it could catapult right there. How much time is that? This says it could be 16 more days. So this is telling me that the triangle that I drew at the beginning, it's going to get extended. And price will go sideways until Wednesday the 24th. Or it has permission to, which means if there's permission, it automatically increases the probability of that happening to some degree. What degree? I don't know. But the fact that there is permission to move sideways that much before volatility happens means the chances are not zero, right? But if there weren't permission, then it would be closer to zero, but probably not zero. Sometimes things happen without permission. And what I mean by permission is the way price moves. I just know how price moves on anything. That catches me off guard sometimes, but sometimes that's how price moves. Volatility is hard to see coming. So that's what we're trying to do right here. When is volatility coming? I would say it might be month end, because in 16 days, when that comes to that area, and let's say we extended that first triangle that I showed you, and we're still stuck under that from the origin lines on this chart. Remember, it's still bearish and it didn't V-shape. It's still stuck under there. If it gets above, it might be explosive. That's a big line. Algos are seeing that line, that white line. Here, let me show you one more time. This could be very explosive, and it might be up, but it might be up then down, because I just showed you the monthly end. It only went up to close the month there. It was all a planned thing. So we might get a double monthly close, and it might pop up at the last 2 days of the month and then come down even harder and then not stop. Like this something's about to happen, and there might be a fake out first. It's going to be tricky, but there's no reason to play crypto right now because it's not moving. Don't guess, you just wait. And if it's a fake out, then we know the lines when to switch. Just try it again. Don't add to your losing positions or anything. Just switch, because the probability lines are right here. And they're right here and right now. So remember, under this line is bearish. All of this is bearish. The stock market has it everything goes up in the stock market because so many working Americans are just funneling money into their 401k. And it's essentially like a playground money for big money to piss with people's money flowing in. To a small degree, right? So the fact that people are still working, that money's still flowing in, and it's below that line, that's not good. Even though it looks like it could break out and be bullish, but it's just going to get rejected by that line, folks, at a double top. If it breaks out of here. And then it could make honestly, I really think that would be it. And then your recession would come. That might not even be 2024. That's 100 days. That's August. So that would be a late summer double top. And then July, August, maybe as late as September. So between July, if that were to break out, July, August, September is when the top would be. And you would need to be cautiously not as bullish. I would say I wouldn't be bearish instantly because that would be a hot move, but I would probably back off my plays that were bullish at that time. If you see the US 500 get above this line and you follow my channel, which you might want to. because no one else has these lines. Everybody will be telling you it's bullish, and it won't be bullish yet because we know that this was the support line. And if you're under it, it's not bullish, even if you're approaching all-time highs. That's not the way the stock market works. It's not based off horizontals. It's based off in slope lines going up. What else? If Bitcoin were to break up from that, you bet your bottom dollar it's going to hit this first, because whales will not allow this to go up without them taking longs down here. It could just be in one day move, and it could go opposite of the stock market. But if that were to break out, I'm telling you, Bitcoin will hit that bottom line first. Okay, now let's measure that. I haven't planned this. None of this was planned. I just sat down and started just knowing that I needed to talk about the stock market. So let's say it took a normal amount of time to get up there, 43% run up to 37K. So in the stock market, that would be an 18%. This is a little bit more than 2 times that percentage, which means this chart over here, not this chart, the Bitcoin versus the US 500, that means it won't go necessarily down, but it's not going to be aggressively up. It'll probably, if that were to happen, Bitcoin would, this would be able to do, something like this. It'd be able to work its way up just a little bit. This is Bitcoin versus the stock market squared, S&P 500 composite futures squared. So it looked like this. So in order for that to happen, Bitcoin would have to, this chart, this isn't Bitcoin. This actually isn't the price of anything. It's all zero, watch. This is simply a relationship. See, 0, 0, 0. It's all zero. There's no price here. It's simply a relationship. But if I see something different happening, that means the algorithms are messing around with Bitcoin, and they're doing something differently with Bitcoin than they are with the stock market, which is what happened during Wyckoff. So if something real fishy is about ready to happen, where the stock market goes up and Bitcoin tanks, which is only happened really once, May of 2021 is May 21st where it started happening. The algos light switch, boom, and it was a planned event from probably multiple groups. It was a coordinated event, Wyckoff. It was. But if something really fishy is going to happen, I'm going to see it before it happens because of this. And this is the relationship chart of Bitcoin and what leads Bitcoin. So the dog handler and the dog. This is like the derivative of, the dog handler is the US 500. The dog is Bitcoin. Bitcoin gets walked by the US 500. Am I making sense? All of this comes together. And this is totally an option. But I'm telling you, if you see Bitcoin get closer to 37, once Bitcoin, if Bitcoin gets up to 37K, that's when, you need to start being more cautious. There wouldn't be any reason to be bearish necessarily up here, because it'd probably float around here again, just like it did here for a month, just like it did back here for a month and a month. So it'd probably float around. I wouldn't get immediately bearish, but I would probably start, had I made some spot trades up here, I would probably, not financial advice, I would start selling. Because that is the pattern, and the trend is the trend until it's not. And so that should extend you out till August, the main idea. And if the opposite happens, guess what? I don't care. I'm going to see it. It's going to fall out of this 6-month-long channel. I don't give a damn if that guess is wrong. And that's actually not my guess. I'm not going to guess. I'm just waiting. Now, did I guess for this week? Hell yeah. I had made 3 guesses, and my main guess right now is still working. But in general, over the next few months, that stock market chart is going to be where it's at. In this monthly closure, in the beginning of next month, we're going to know. We're going to know what's going to happen within, I would say, 20 days. Whether Bitcoin's going to drop the hell out of this or whether it's going to charge the hell back up to the top. We should know by, I would say by June 3rd or so. I know I'm missing an E. We're going to know by the beginning of June, most likely. It could be as late as June 5th, like a backfill the wrong way if it goes up, right? Sometimes the monthly will backfill for even 9 days. But we're going to know by roughly the first week of June, which way, fall out or do this. Could it, just get stuck here and do a lot of nothing? I mean, probably not, because it's already been doing a lot of nothing. I think it has to make a choice. And the choice is the top or fall out. And that is everything that I would be looking out for. I'm going to start making these videos early in the morning, have them published by 9 a.m. So I'm going to try to get more regular. And that's all I got for the boring Bitcoin. But hopefully that seems more exciting for the, and the prospects of when to start paying more attention to crypto. This week, just go do something else. I mean, maybe watch my channel when I produce a video, watch it on 2x speed, leave a quick comment for the algo, help me out. But I don't chop up your account by trying to trade this crap. It won't work. It won't work. It's not ready. Don't get chopped up. Stopped out, paying fees, adding to losing positions, and then it goes your way. You think you're a genius, then there's a fake out and go boom, then you get liquidated. No, just wait. We have very clear lines. And I'm letting you know the exact timing, the most probable timing on when we're gonna know. So this is probably a good week to chill out and maybe just tune in to my channel and your other favorites really quickly. Watch it on 2x speed, save some time. But don't spend a lot of time in the charts and don't try to trade. This would be my suggestion. It is not financial advice. It is simply just an idea for you. What you do with it is your choice, and we'll see you next time.